What's up guys, Robby here. In today's video, I want to share with you the 7 deadly sins when it comes to starting an online business in 2021 and how to avoid them. So let's get into it right now. What's going on guys, Robby here. Hope you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world. And the reason why we're doing today's video is because the other day, actually, I was watching Netflix and I watched this series. It was called, I think it was called like the 50 most venomous insects or 50 most deadly animals in the world. And so I thought it'd be kind of cool to do a countdown, something like that, but when it comes to online businesses, right? Because there really are some things that a lot of people do that they shouldn't do when it comes to having success online. The reason why they shouldn't do it is because it leads to the opposite of success, right? It leads to failure, it leads to discouragement, it leads to giving up and quitting, right? And so I wanted to make a quick list for you guys in this video on the 7 deadly sins when it comes to starting an online business in 2021, right? Because as we know, 2021, by the time you're watching this video, it'll be here, right? As I'm making this video, we're still in 2020, but it'll be here, right? And so you don't want to make these mistakes when you start in 2021, right? You want to know what they are, and so that way you can avoid them like the plague if you're starting an online business in 2021, right? So let's get into it right now, guys. So there's 7 deadly sins that I really recommend you avoid. Now, typically what happens is most of the time, these 7 things are things that people do when they first start their online business, right? Because they think it's a good idea. Someone told them to do it. They watched a YouTube video and said they told them to actually do that thing. And I want to, kind of cut through all the BS and show you exactly what you need to do to have success. All right, so let's get into those 7 deadly sins, starting with number 7 right now. All right, so number 7 of the 7 deadly sins to avoid in your online business in 2021 is doing too many things at once, right? I see this all the time with entrepreneurs when they start their online business, whether they're a beginning entrepreneur and they're just getting started, even if they're a veteran entrepreneur, I see this kind of happen a lot, right? And sometimes it's okay, but for the most part, it's a deadly sin you want to avoid because it leads to not a lot of things getting accomplished, quite frankly, right? And so here's what I mean by that. So when I first started my online business a few years back, right, I thought personally that in order to have more success online, I had to do more things, right? I thought I had to have an online store. I thought I needed to have my own product. I thought I needed to do email marketing. I thought I needed to advertise on Facebook, YouTube, and Google all at the same time, right? I thought in order to have more success online, I had to do more things. And it wasn't until probably about a year and a half ago that I finally snapped out of it and I realized that that is not the case to have more success online. As a matter of fact, the best way to have success online is to do less things, right? And here's what I mean by that, right? So when I first started my online affiliate marketing business, right? So I started running ads for affiliate marketing offers on ClickBank and things like that. I would, in my mind, say, okay, I'm gonna promote this offer, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. So I'd be running like 4 or 5 offers at the same time. And here's what would happen, guys, right? I would spend a little bit of attention on one campaign, and then a little bit of attention on another campaign. Then something would go wrong with this one, right? And then I would go to fix that, and then that one would start to not work, right? And I started be jumping back and forth and doing all this stuff. I was doing a lot of work. I was working really hard, but what was happening was I was not being successful in the way that I could with just one of those campaigns, right? So what did I do? I got smart, right? Instead of focusing on 5 or 6 different things, I focused on one thing at a time, one offer at a time. And wouldn't you know it, guys, when I focused on one offer, I put all my time, energy, and effort into that offer and those campaigns for that offer. Man, my success exploded, right? As I mentioned this many times before on this channel, but when I became the #1 affiliate on ClickBank, right? I became that way because I was promoting just one offer at that time in the weight loss niche, and that's how I was able to have the success that I had because all of my attention, 100% of my energy was focused on that one product. The same goes for the traffic source that I was trying to use to advertise that product, right? In the past, I had dabbled with YouTube, and I tried Snapchat and Google and all this stuff, guys, and it wasn't until I stopped doing that and I just put all my eggs into Facebook as my traffic source that I was able to not only master it, but I was able to have a ton of success with it, right? So don't make the mistake of having too many things on your plate, right? If you're trying to create your own product and trying to do this and trying to do email marketing and this and that, guys, don't do that, guys. Focus on 1 or 2 things at the most that's going to help propel your business forward, right? So maybe you're dabbling in 3 or 4 different traffic sources. Focus on one traffic source and get so good at it that you become a master at it and that's going to be the key to your success, right? If you're focusing on 4 or 5 different projects right now, get rid of some of those projects and focus on one, because that's going to help expand your success overall, right? I'm telling you that right now. Another example of when I had this experience is when a couple years ago, I had not only my affiliate marketing that I was doing, but I also had my agency, right? And then I also started my Commission Hero program at the same time, right? So I had my 7-figure agency, I was making good money with my affiliate marketing, and I had just started Commission Hero, right? And the problem was I had so many different things going on, and honestly and truly, the agency wasn't something that I was passionate about anymore. It was more like work to me, and I didn't like that type of model anymore. And so instead of, keeping it going, even though I was making 7 figures a year, I got rid of it, right? I got rid of it because I was taking up a ton of my time, energy, and effort, and it wasn't really helping me to propel my business to where I wanted to go. And the reason why I got rid of it, like I said, was to get rid of all that effort and energy and put that energy and effort into what I wanted to do, which was the affiliate marketing and Commission Hero. And guys, what do you know? Once I did that, right, my business started to explode. I had more success than ever before, and it was fun because I no longer was being dragged down by things I didn't want to do. So that is number 7 on the 7 deadly sins to avoid in 2021 when it comes to your online business. All right, so let's get into number 6 of the 7 deadly sins to avoid when it comes to having online business in 2021. And number 6 is trying to reinvent the wheel. I see this happen so many times with people when it comes to having success online. And here's what I mean, right? So if you are brand new to online businesses, right? You've never had an online business before. Maybe you tried things in the past and you failed, right? You need to hear me out on this one right here, because this is something that so many people make the mistake with, right? They start out and they want to have success online. They have those dollar signs and those dreams of, living the laptop lifestyle, right? And what they do is they try to go out and do the newest thing, right? The newest, drop shipping model, the newest this, the newest that, right? And what happens is they try to reinvent the wheel and they put their own spin on it, okay? And guys, when you first start out online, don't reinvent the wheel. You don't need to create the newest, most innovative design, the most cutting edge technology. You don't have to do any of that stuff, guys. What I recommend is you work on something that is proven, that has been tested over the course of several years and has worked well for many, many people, right? And it's just a proven concept and idea, right? And that's why, I say it on this channel quite a bit, and I tell my students that, one of the best ways to get started online is with affiliate marketing, right? And the reason why is very simple, because, with affiliate marketing, you don't have to worry about creating your own product, right? And this is something that bogs a lot of people down. So a lot of people don't even get past that stage, right? Because they spend weeks and months and years trying to think of a product that they can come up with that people are going to want to buy and then they're going to want to sell, right? And it's hard to do that, right? Because a lot of us aren't, kind of wired to create those products, right? For me, I'm not really a product creator. I'm not really wired that way, right? I'm more wired towards the, the traffic buying and the advertising aspect, right? And so a lot of people get stuck with that, right? With affiliate marketing, you don't have to worry about that, right? Because all you have to do is promote other people's products that they have out there already, and you can promote and piggyback off of their success, and you make money off of that as well. And the benefit to that too is you don't have to worry about customer service, you don't have to worry about inventory, none of that stuff, guys. Now, the other mistake that a lot of people make when it comes to kind of reinventing the wheel is they start to, kind of get into the weeds of stuff, right? So, maybe they join a course on how to do, e-commerce, right? Or maybe they try something on affiliate marketing and they don't follow it step by step. Instead, all they do is they go in and they do something along the lines of, try to make it their own different way, right? Well, I know it says this way, but I'm gonna try to do it my way, right? Or maybe it's this, maybe it's that. And so don't do that, guys. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. I really believe as an affiliate marketer, as an online business entrepreneur, when you first start out, don't reinvent the wheel, guys. Your priority is to make money first, right? Even if you have to piggyback off of a model that's been around forever but has proven to work, do that, right? Make some money, get some income, start generating some cash flow. Then when you have success with that model, then you can do whatever the heck you want, right? And then that's when the innovation comes into it, right? So don't reinvent the wheel, guys. I really would encourage you not to reinvent the wheel, because it's so important that when you first start out, you want to get rid of all the roadblocks that most people kind of stop with or struggle with, and you want to be in a position where you literally take the time, energy, and effort to focus on things that work, and then go from there. And so that is number 6 on the 7 deadly sins. All right, let's talk about number 5 when it comes to the 7 deadly sins of an online business in 2021. And so number 5 is trying to do everything yourself, all right? Now, listen, this is a big thing, right? A lot of people struggle with this, myself included, and the way it works is typically when you start something out, right, whether it's a new venture, a new online thing, whatever it is you're trying to do, it doesn't matter if it's affiliate marketing, e-commerce, or whatever. One of the big mistakes a lot of people make is they think they have to go it alone, right? They think they have to learn how to build their own pages, and they have to learn how to write good copy, and they have to learn how to structure their email autoresponders. Then they have to learn how to do this, and they have to do that, right? Then they have to do the accounting, and they have to do, guys, at the end of the day, what's gonna happen is you're gonna be like wearing so many hats on your head, and it's gonna get super overwhelming, and what's gonna happen is your attention, your energy, your effort is gonna be now divided across so many different things, right? And as the online business owner, your goal is only one thing, is to make as much money as possible and have as much success as possible. Everything else that doesn't align with that should be delegated or outsourced, right? And so what I totally would suggest for you guys, whatever model you're coming up with, right? Make sure you kind of write down a list, right? And what I would do is I would take a blank piece of paper, I'd write a line right down the middle of it, and then I have 2 columns, right? Column number 1 would be things that you can outsource, right? So maybe it's having someone design your landing page, right? Maybe it's having someone do your accounting, right? Maybe it's having someone, do your fan pages, posting content if you're using Facebook, for example, right? All these little tasks that you can delegate out for a couple bucks an hour, say a VA or somebody that you can pay, a couple bucks, and it's going to save you so much time, energy, and effort. They focus on that while you, the business owner, focus on the big picture stuff, which is obviously whatever you can do to drive the business forward, generate more revenue, have more success, continue to grow the business. That's your goal. That should be in the right column. Those should be all the things that you have to do that you can't outsource, right? And really it comes down to doing things that are going to make you money, they're going to grow your business, and they're going to help propel your success. Those are the 3 things that you as an online business owner and the business owner in general should focus on, and nothing else should be done, right? Everything else should be delegated or outsourced, right? For example, me and my business, right? If I were to try to do everything, right? If I were to try to do the videos, right? If I were to try to have someone build my pages and then do this and do that, guys, I wouldn't be able to do as much as I do in my business. I wouldn't be able to help as many people as I help in my business. It's all because I've learned to delegate tasks to other people that, and most times actually do it better than I do, right? So because I'm only good at a couple of things, right? I'm good at growing the business. I'm good at getting more people to have more success, right? And generating revenue for the business. That's what I'm really good at, right? Everything else I delegate and outsource to. Now, if you're just getting started, I totally understand. Sometimes you have to bootstrap stuff. There's nothing wrong with bootstrapping. I've been there many times myself, and sometimes you have to do that. But the problem is, guys, if you are bootstrapping, 6 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now, okay, then that's your problem, right? Because now you have maybe a control issue, right? You don't want to give up control in your business. And that's when you want to take a long, hard look at your business and say, hey, what am I doing that I shouldn't be doing that I can outsource to somebody else, because my time is so much more valuable. And if I could free up that hour or 2 and pay someone 20 bucks an hour or 10 bucks an hour, like how much more money could I generate in my business overall, right? And the answer to that is probably quite a bit, right? You'd be amazed, right? So that is number 5 when it comes to the 7 deadly sins to avoid when it comes to having an online business in 2021. All right, let's talk about number 4 when it comes to the 7 deadly sins to starting an online business in 2021. And number 4 is trying to learn how to have success for free, right? And so don't get me wrong, I am all about free, right? There's nothing wrong with getting things for free, learning things for free. But at the end of the day, guys, I really find that sometimes the best way to have success, the best way to propel your success is to invest in something, right? Investing in coaching, investing in help, investing in whatever you can that's gonna help propel you to the next level that you wanna get to, right? Now, of course, you're watching my YouTube channel right now. Obviously, all my videos are free, right? And you can watch all these videos that I do, and you get inspired, you get fired up, you get motivated, and you will go out and probably you can have success with it, right? But in my experience, I've always found that in order to have more success, you need to invest in yourself, invest in a program, right? Invest in a course, invest in a coach, right? Someone that is where you want to be, right? And that can get you to that place and do it faster than if you were to do it on your own, right? Now, the thing is, guys, the crazy thing that people don't really understand and I constantly tell my students this, is that usually when you try to go things on your own, you try to learn things from free resources or just kind of go step by step, in the long run, it's probably gonna actually cost you more money, more time, and more effort than if you were to learn and invest in a program or a coach or something like that, right? And the reason why is simple, because when you learn from free resources, right, that's fine, but the problem is you probably will make these silly mistakes. Or if you're watching a YouTube video from somebody on a certain topic or skill or whatever, chances are they missed a couple important parts in it, right? And then you don't realize that, you go and try to have success, and then let's say, for example, you try to set up your own ad yourself, and then you set up your Facebook ad incorrectly, right? Then what happens is your ad account maybe got shut down. Then what happens is now you have to wait weeks, maybe even months, because you don't know how to get your ad accounts back, or you don't know how to get new ad accounts, right? And then guess what happens, right? You just spent money on the campaign, got your account shut down, wasted 6 months of your time, and you're still in the same place, or even in a worse place than you were when you started, right? Now, obviously that is not a good situation. You don't want to be in that situation, right? So for me personally, I've learned that in order to get successful, to have more success, why not learn from someone that's already made those mistakes, that's already been in that position where that you don't want to be in, right? And they know how to get out of it, right? They've been in the quicksand and they know the steps, they know how to pull themselves out of the quicksand, and they can help you do that too, right? Perfect example. So just recently I hired a coach, a business coach for my business, right? And so you guys know I've obviously had a ton of success. You know, I've generated over 8 figures this past year in 2020 with my business, with affiliate marketing, with everything I got going on. But even at my level, I'm not satisfied, right? I want to keep on pushing forward. I never want to get complacent, because I'm a big believer that if you get complacent, then things can change very, very quickly, and you have to be aggressive, right? As a matter of fact, I think it was a quote from The Rock, which is, "The wolf is always scratching at the door." And what he meant by that was that there is always somebody looking to take your place or to bring you down or to kind of knock you off your pedestal, and you have to know that. Now, stay hungry, stay humble, and keep pushing forward. And so what I did is I hired a coach, right? So every level that I've been at in my business, I've always had a coach that's guided me to where I want to be, right? So I always kind of hire a coach that's someone that's, a couple steps ahead of me, right? Or maybe 3-4 steps ahead of me, right? Not somebody that is a billionaire, right? Because listen, where I'm at in my business and where a billionaire at is in their business is 2 very different spots, right? But if I can learn from someone, if I'm doing 8 figures, if I can learn from someone that's doing 9 figures, right? Oh, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. That's a little bit closer, and I can see that, right? And they know how to get me there, right? And so that's exactly what I did. And I spend, tens of thousands of dollars per month with this person. But the thing is, guys, yes, it cost me an investment up front, but guess what? The investment that I'm making in myself is gonna come back so many times over, I can't even tell you. As a matter of fact, just after a couple months of working with him, I've already seen a big difference in my business and in my growth. And the reason why is because, of course he's giving me the X's and O's, but it's because I invested, right? I got some skin in the game. I put some energy and effort. It wasn't comfortable for me to do that, but I put that into my business because when I invest in myself, get out of my comfort zone and push that envelope, that's when I grow as a person, and that's where my business grows, right? So I understand, obviously, if you have a tight budget, sometimes you have to kind of bootstrap, you have to start with free resources, and that's fine, guys. But once you start to get some momentum, once you start to get some success, take the time, invest in a coach, invest in a program, invest in someone that's gonna help you get to where you wanna be, because that's honestly and truly gonna save you time, it's gonna save you money, and it's gonna save you so much frustration in the long run. So that's number 4. All right, so let's get into number 3 of the 7 deadly sins when it comes to having an online business, starting an online business in 2021. And number 3 is trying to get too fancy, right? Oh my God, this is something that drives me nuts when I see people trying to have an online business, trying to have success online, and they're always trying to do that newfangled who's he what's it, or the whatchamacallit, or try this new software, or this new technique, or this whatever, guys. It's crazy. I see it happen all the time, right? And here's the deal, guys. The more complicated you make your business, the less profitable it will be, okay? That's just a proven principle, right? The more complicated you try to make your business, the less profitable it will be, right? You have to keep things simple, right? If you can't write down your entire business on a napkin in terms of what it is, what you do, and how you impact people and your customers, then it's too complicated, right? So my business, for example, Commission Hero, we help people make $1,000 a day online. That's my business. right? And that's exactly what we do, right? With affiliate marketing, I promote other people's products for commission. Simple, makes sense, right? If your business is, I take people through a 7-step funnel, and then we go into a 7-step autoresponder, and then we go into this, then we guys, it's too complicated, right? It's not gonna work for you, right? So, especially when you first start. So keep it simple, right? Keep it so simple. You have to do that, guys, because the more complicated you make it, the more difficult it's gonna be to have success and scale things up, right? You look at the top businesses in the world, top companies, Tesla, what do? They make cars, right? Apple, what do? They make computers, right? That's what they do. And, for example, Apple and Tesla, perfect example, they don't have 300 different models, right? They don't have all these different things, right? They have 4 or 5 different models, right? That's all they do, right? Apple, they have their laptops, they have their desktops, they have their AirPods, right? That's pretty much their business, okay? And they have their iPhones, obviously. So they have 4 or 5 different things. That's it, right? So remember, guys, at the end of the day, keep it as simple as possible. And the reason why you want to keep it as simple as possible is because not only from a scaling standpoint and a manufacturing standpoint and whatever, it's going to help you out, but also from the consumer that's actually going to buy the product you're promoting, right? They are offering, they have to know it's important, right? Because they have to know and get it instantly, right? Like if they can't understand your business and what you're trying to do, then they're not going to buy it, because one of the biggest things when it comes to anti-selling and anti-success is confusion, right? If your customer is confused with what you're offering, they will not buy, and chances are they will never buy from you again, right? That's one of the big things that I realized is that most customers, when it comes to like leaving you as a customer, it comes down to a lot of times confusion, right? They were confused and they left. Okay, so remember, keep it as simple as possible when it comes to your business, and when you do that, you'll have way more success, guys. So that is number 3 when it comes to the 7 deadly sins of starting an online business, having an online business in 2021. All right, so number 2 of the 7 deadly sins when it comes to starting an online business, having an online business in 2021. Is asking people opinions that don't matter, right? Now, I know this isn't like an X's and O's type of thing, and it has nothing to do with, scaling or delegating or whatever, but this is a big mistake I see so many people make when it comes to they first start their online business, right? When it comes to starting their first online business or whatever in 2021, here's what most people do, right? Maybe you have an idea for a product, maybe you have an idea for a business, maybe you have an idea for something that you want to do, right? Because you're very entrepreneurial, you have that go-getter mentality, you're not satisfied where you are, you want to keep on having more success, right? So what do you typically do, right? You have this idea, you're super excited about it, and you know that people are going to love what you have to offer. And then what you go and do is you go and you talk to your family. You say, hey, I got this really cool idea, I think it's going to be pretty awesome, right? And maybe you talk to that, that aunt, we all have that one aunt or that one uncle that's like, what are you doing? What are you, crazy? Like, that's a terrible idea. Why would you ever do that? Nobody's ever going to buy that from you. Nobody's going to do that. That's not going to be successful, right? And the reason why that happens is because for that aunt, for that uncle, for that person that you're talking to in your family, right? They didn't have that type of success. They can't see the big picture, right? Their universe doesn't include that idea, right? And so why in God's name would you go and ask those people those types of things, right? Because they don't know, right? Why would you get your financial advice from somebody that's broke, okay, or whatever, right? Why would you get your marriage advice from someone that's never been married, right? It doesn't make any sense, guys. So remember, if you have an idea and it's something that makes sense, it's been proven before, or there's something similar to it on the market, why not go out and get advice, not from those family members, but from people that are actually having success in that market, in that niche, and learn from them, right? That's the smart thing to do, guys. And this is a big thing that I would really advise you guys. I'll give you another perfect example. So when I first started, this is prior to have my online business, this is prior to my success and everything. This is when I was just doing landscaping at the time, right? And I'll never forget it. I went and I got my personal trainer certification, right? And I remember going, and I'm so excited because I want to help people have success when it comes to getting in shape, right? So I get certified as a personal trainer, and I really want to start working at this gym, and I want to quit my landscaping job, right? So I remember going to my dad and saying, Dad, I really don't want to do landscaping anymore because, obviously I'm very white, I get sunburned all the time, I got allergies, like I'm the worst person to do landscaping, right? And I told him that, and he got really mad at me, right? He got really, really mad at me. And he said to me, like, why would, in God's name, would you ever quit this amazing landscaping job with, reliable income? You're making money every single week. Why would you do that to do personal training? Nobody's gonna pay you to have you personal train them and tell them how to work out. That's what he said to me, right? And so, guys, the reason why, and obviously I love my dad, I'm very close to my dad, the reason why he said that was because in his universe that he lives in on a day-to-day basis where he doesn't work out, he's never really worked out, paying somebody to tell him how to work out, it just doesn't calculate, doesn't compute, right? And so he had that opinion, right? Because that was based on his reality, right? Whereas the real reality is people do pay for personal training, and I was able to have a really successful personal training business and then eventually CrossFit gym by people paying me to tell them how to work out, right? And so it just goes to show, guys, once again, that when it comes to starting your online business or just businesses in general, make sure you talk to the right people and get advice and be very, very kind of tight-lipped with who you share that information with, guys, because the last thing you want to have is someone that that's close to you, as a family member or friend, tell you that you can't do something, guys, right? You can absolutely do it, guys, but you have to make sure you're getting your information, you're getting your advice from the right people, right? And that's why you really want to stay protective of your kind of inner circle, the people you spend your time with, the people you get your advice from, right? So that's the way it works, guys. That's number 2 of the 7 deadly sins when it comes to starting online business in 2021. All right, and now let's get to the number 1 deadly sin to avoid out of the top 7 when it comes to starting an online business in 2021. And this is probably the number 1 thing that most people do and they shouldn't do because it makes a difference when it comes to everything. When it comes to your success, this is the number 1 factor, right? And it is having a negative mindset, right? This is a deadly sin, right? If you don't think you can have success, if you don't believe in yourself, then I hate to break it to you, you will not be successful and you will not reach your goal that you want to reach, right? Guys, in my Commission Hero course, I work with literally thousands of people, right? Every single day. We have almost 8,000 people, over 8,000 people in the course now, right? And the biggest differentiator right now is not the X's and O's, right? It has nothing to do with your background. It has nothing to do with your height or your weight or your age range. Nothing to do with that, guys. The biggest differentiator between the people that have the most success and the people that are struggling, right, is your mindset, okay? If you believe you can do it, you absolutely can do it. If you do not believe you can do it, you will not be able to do it, right? It's really, really that simple. I gotta tell you that right now, guys. And so I wanna give you a perfect example, right? You can't have a negative mindset. And so, because a lot of times the negative mindset, it's just like all these problems and things that we kind of put in our head that aren't really there, right? It's that classic kind of overthinker mentality, right? And I want to give you the example. So I have a dog, his name is Simba, right? You guys probably have seen some of my videos with Simba in it. We can play a little clip of Simba right now. But the cool thing about Simba is he is a classic overthinker, right? And so here's what I mean by that. So literally, he goes to jump on the couch, right? So he goes to jump on the couch or he goes to jump on a chair or something like that. And what does he do? Does he jump on and get on there? No, he doesn't do that, guys. What he does is he goes and he tries probably 5 or 6 times. Like he jumps, doesn't make it, doesn't make it, right? And then finally, for whatever reason, on like the 6th or 7th jump, he actually makes it, right? Now the crazy thing is if he has a toy in his mouth, guess what? In one jump, he makes it, right? Because he's no longer distracted. He's distracted by that thing, right? Because he has that goal in mind, and then he has that mindset that he wants to go after that goal and have success, right? Whereas when he doesn't have a goal in mind, and he's kind of having that negative thing of he can't make it, right? That's why he jumps and jumps and jumps and jumps, when all along, in just one jump, he could absolutely make it, right? Same thing goes for you and your success. I see so many entrepreneurs, so many people that they keep jumping, right? Classic overthinking, not thinking they can do it, not thinking they can jump on that couch, so to speak, when all along they absolutely can. They just need to have the right goal and the right mindset to get to that point, right? Because that toy that Simba had is basically representative of your mindset, right? Because once you have that goal in mind and once you have that mindset of you can absolutely do it, then you can absolutely do it, right? And so this is a huge thing to remember, guys. You have to have that positive mindset. You have to believe you can do it. And I know it's gonna sound a little crazy, but you actually have to picture in your mind that you've actually accomplished the thing that you haven't even accomplished yet, right? And so here's a perfect example. Most people that are having the most success in life in general, in business, typically they're not going day to day with their thoughts, right? They're already 6 months ahead with their thoughts. They're already 3 years ahead with their thoughts, right? You see guys like, you know, for example, Elon Musk, and you see, you know, the Zuckerbergs and the Bezoses, right? They're not going day to day with their business and just kind of seeing what happens. No, they have things like literally planned out, you know, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now that we don't even know about, that hasn't even come into the market yet, but in their mind, they already have it all laid out, and in their mind, they already have it accomplished as if it was already done, right? And so that's super important to remember, guys, is you don't want to have that negative mentality, and you don't want to have a mentality where you're just going day to day, hoping and wishing for things to get better, right? At the end of the day, your success is dependent on you and you alone. It's not dependent on anybody else. You hold the keys to the kingdom of your success as long as you take action, as long as you have the right mindset, and that's super, super important, guys. So remember, avoid that deadly sin of not having the right mindset, of having a negative mindset, and instead change your mindset, get out of your old ways, and focus on being result-oriented, goal-oriented, and just go like hell after those goals every single day, every single month, every single year, and that's how you're gonna have success in 2021 and beyond, guys. So those are the 7 deadly sins to avoid. So do whatever you can to get rid of those 7 deadly sins, and let me know in the comments below as well, because I wanna hear if some of those things you've been guilty of, right? Have you ever been in that position where you've had negative mindsets, or you didn't believe in yourself, or you're trying to do everything all at once? Let me know if this video has been helpful in the comments below, because I really want you to have an amazing 2021, because I really do believe that 2021 is going to be a huge year, a huge opportunity for success, because more people are online than ever before, which leads to more opportunity, guys. So that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you soon. Hey, thanks for watching my video. If you like that video, then I know you're gonna love the free gift that I have for you in the description box below. It's a free training on how I became the top affiliate on ClickBank, but more importantly, how I'm helping thousands of people every single day have success online, and how you can too. So make sure you check it out. Also, guys, do 3 things for me right now. Give me a thumbs up, show me you love the content. Also, make sure you go ahead and comment below with any questions you have, because I'd love to answer your questions. And finally, guys, the most important thing, hit that subscribe button, because every single week we're pumping out new content to help you make more money online. So that's it for me. I'll talk to you soon, and take care.